Welcome back to some r/writing prompts with the Rosy Pear. Today we're going to do something that was actually requested of me. It was requested by my husband, but it was a request, so we're going to do it. Cthulhu has been summoned, and the first thing he does is found a telecommunications company. This is the Call of Cthulhu. I can only imagine the sort of torture that an eldritch horror would put upon the human beings that would be a telecommunications company. What kind of communications? Is it just telephone? Is it internet? Is it what's it called? Is it my brain not working? Let's just skip over my inability to think and talk and go with other people's ability to actually think and see what stories they write for us. Thank you for calling Call of Cthulhu Internet and Cellular. Hi, my name is Rachel and my internet just went. We are currently assisting other customers. Please hold for our next available cultist. Rachel sighed as the demonic, chilling hold music began to come through the phone. She had this ISP ever since she moved here 3 years ago, and they had some of the spottiest internet she'd ever experienced. Not even Comcast went down this often. She looked over at her Wi-Fi router that she rented from the company. The antennae were all curved, looking vaguely like tentacles coming off the box. The blinking red and green lights were incomprehensible to everyone except the company's workers. Rachel's cousin worked in IT, and she once asked him to take a look when her internet went down while he was staying over. After a day of intensely studying the router and the guides she downloaded previously, he left her house mumbling something about demonic recursion and checked himself into a psychiatric ward. A recording from the phone. We appreciate your business. At Call of Cthulhu, we put our blood, sweat, and other sacred fluids into making our company its best. After the call, we would appreciate if you took part in our customer satisfaction survey. The hold music again. Rachel's dog whimpered and walked out of the room, unable to stand hearing it anymore. Rachel waited patiently. Sometimes this took up to an hour. We have updated our terms of service. Due to a recent federal law, we may no longer accept firstborn children as a form of payment. Donations of fresh blood, black candles, and other such alternative payment options will still be available for the time being. Of course, money is always acceptable. Rachel had just turned to make her breakfast when the ringtone started sounding through the phone. Then a voice from a world beyond human understanding spoke, seeming to come from everywhere in the room. Hello. Thank you for calling. What would you like to ask about today? Rachel cut him off. You know very well. Every time I call this company, you somehow know exactly what my issue is before I have to say anything. Out with it. There was a pause. Then, yes, Mitch Rachel Perez. Your internet went down 5 minutes ago. Yes. And if you know, why don't you get somewhere out here to fix it already? Stop wasting my time. Time. Such a mortal concept. Very well. Someone will be with you shortly. Just send the damn tech. There was a silence on the phone for a second. Then the voice said, Our tech is on the way. We would appreciate it if you took part in our customer satisfaction Thank you. Have a nice day. Rachel blurted out, then hung up. The silence in the house was deafening compared to the voice and the hold music. Comcast was better, she decided. At least she understood that evil. Normally, Cthulhu would not pick up the ringing phone, but an enigmatic entity that existed on the fringes of human consciousness needed to keep people on their toes. Thus, with writhing fingers, the Great One picked up the receiver, an ancient thing by his standards, and pondered. He wanted to speak, but he had to adjust his frequencies. If not, The person on the other line might go mad in the time it took Cthulhu to say, "Be not afraid." "Hello." "Hi," a feminine voice said. "Is this the call of Cthulhu?" "Yes." The Great One, benevolent as he is, decided to speak in single syllables for the time being, at least until he was certain that the mere mortal would not go mad from his complex thoughts and verbations. "I really need help with my internet," the human said. "It's just so spotty." Cthulhu had already thought of the precautions. His mind gazed so far in the future that it could loop back into the past. "Hold." One finger pressed the hold button on the phone, so it could play the calming elevator music that one of his cultists insisted humans enjoy. The tune's original quality had been clear in Cthulhu's head, and even though it sounded absolutely deep-fried by the telephone, the Great One smiled gingerly. There was no need for ears to hear the beautiful melody. And thus the eldritch god put his mind to work. There was just so much to consider. The internet was as deep as Relay itself. In the infinite expanse of space and time, its problems could be anything and everything at once, or a special form of nothing that was actually something. Cthulhu took his time, only the best, for this mortal customer of his. For minutes, but an infinite amount of time in the vast expanse of his mind, Cthulhu pondered. Finally, he picked up the receiver again. "Human," he said, probing and testing. 2 syllables this time. "Yes?" the voice asked, an angry essence now obvious within it. "Look, I didn't even get a chance to say what the your name," Cthulhu said. "What?" "Mira." Cthulhu raised a slimy eyebrow. He was impressed with the fortitude of this human's mind, not breaking even under this duress. And thus the Great One became more confident in delivering a verdict. "Have you tried turning it off and on again?" "My God!" the mortal screamed, an unhinged torrent of fire breathing down the receiver. "Are you serious? Are you actually serious? The stupid, useless online customer service that keeps getting cut off by the Wi-Fi. Like, did you guys even think about it? Using the internet to solve internet problems? And then this useless hotline where I receive nothing but unhelpful..." Cthulhu calmly placed the phone back, cutting the line immediately. He walked back to his personal office, shaking his head in lamentations. A human's mind, when confronted with the truth, was still too easy to break. The idea of not only Cthulhu opening an internet and cellular company just so that people could call in and be tortured by the worst possible mental break that a person can get, that is calling customer service, to Cthulhu himself working at said customer service hotline so that he could break people's minds with the simplest of questions. It's just so... I love it. It's insane. I love these writers, and I love how amazing these stories can be. They're just so crazy, and they're so weird, and they're just intense. I love the idea of this story, and I would totally love to read more from it. But that's going to be it from me today, guys. If you absolutely love the video, don't forget to like down below. Don't forget to leave a comment telling me what I can do better, what your idea for the story is, or what you would want to do. And don't forget to subscribe and share the video around, because we're trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of the year. We don't have that much time left. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!